everyone, Jennifer Maker here. Today I have a brand new Cricut Venture wide format cutting machine, and I would love to unbox it, set it up, and do the first cut together with you. Let's take this big girl over to my desk and we'll get started. Before I begin, if this is the first time you're hearing about the Cricut Venture, I recommend you watch my Venture review video first. It tells you all about the Cricut Venture, what it does, and what it makes. Lots of cool stuff. You'll find that video over at jennifermaker.com/venture. And also my sincere gratitude to Cricut for allowing me early access to the Venture so I could test it and make this video for you. Do note, however, that I purchased everything you see in this video myself, and this video is not sponsored. I buy all my own stuff just like you do. Now, the Cricut Venture comes in a massive but well-packed box. Before you open it, make sure you have a table or counter with about 34 by 42 inches of free space ready to place it on. In the back here is a tidy little box, and inside you'll find the quick start guide, a user guide, and warranty information. Note that the user guide has a handy diagram of all the parts of the Venture. Refer to this if you get stuck and can't find a specific part that I mentioned in this video. Also in the box are these roll support brackets. These help support vinyl rolls if you didn't get the docking stand, which does not come with the Cricut Venture unless you order it, and I highly recommend a docking stand, but you don't have to have it either. There's also a little cleaning kit. You'll want to do a little cleaning every once in a while, more on that later. And the power and USB cables. There's both a USB-C as well as a USB-A adapter in here, which is nice. A new performance blade and housing are already in the Cricut Venture in Clamp B. The performance blade is specially designed to withstand the high speeds of the Cricut Venture. Lift the Venture out of the box and note that it weighs over 40 pounds, so be careful. You'll see another box in the bottom. This box has a mat support extension in it for really big mats. There's also a roll of material for your first cuts in here. In my roll, I had about 30 inches of black removable smart vinyl and 6 feet of white removable smart vinyl. If you're unfamiliar with smart vinyl, that's Cricut's brand of vinyl that can go in your cutting machine without needing any machine mat. So now we head to our computer to start setup. Go to cricut.com/setup to get started. Just choose Cutting Machine, then Venture. You'll be directed to download Cricut Design Space, which is totally free. Just open up Cricut Design Space, go to the menu in the upper left corner, and choose New Product Setup. Then choose Smart Cutting Machine and select Cricut Venture. The first step is to place the Cricut Venture flush with the edge of a sturdy table or counter. It's fine to use your kitchen counter or dining room table if that's what you have. Cricut designed it with this in mind, in fact. You'll want the edge of your machine to be aligned with the edge of your surface, like I've placed it here. Putting it on the edge like this is necessary so your materials and mats can feed smoothly without needing a lot of space. This is one of the cool features of the Cricut Venture. Note that if you got the docking stand, this is a great time to set it up and put your Cricut Venture on it. Setup is really simple. There is a super easy to follow directions included with it. It only took me about 10 minutes to assemble it and get it ready to go. Just make sure that your wheels are locked when you put your Venture on it, and also make sure the Venture is seated securely on the docking posts on top of the stand. Now lift the lever, which is the big silver handle on the left side of your machine, and remove all of the protective packaging. Even this bit here under the assembly arm on the rail, which I totally overlooked and didn't remove until later, so I'm telling you now so you don't make the same mistake. Next, insert the fixed and adjustable supports into slots behind your machine if you're not using the docking stand. If you do have a docking stand, there are built-in roller supports on the stand itself, and you can just put these back in the box. Place the manual trimmer cutoff tool in the top left pocket. I love this little thing. Then plug in your power adapter, plug the other end into an outlet or a power strip, and turn on your Cricut Venture. The next step is to connect your machine to your computer, which you can do either through Bluetooth or USB. If you can manage USB, I recommend you use it, as that will mean a faster and more stable connection. You can get USB extension cords for about $10 so your cable can reach your computer, which is what I use, and it works really well. If USB is not an option, open your Bluetooth settings and connect to the Venture. Once Cricut Design Space detects that the Venture is connected, you'll be able to proceed to the next step and click Continue. If you have any issues connecting, make sure everything is connected, and if you're using Bluetooth, make sure that your computer or your device is within 10 to 15 feet of the machine. Cricut Design Space will then update the Venture with the latest and greatest features, so be sure you stay connected and powered on while that happens. After it's updated, it'll be all set and ready for your first test cut. To do this, locate the black vinyl that came in your box. Then raise the lever on your Cricut Venture. Now slide the pinch roller to position 1 like this. Lift the guides on the left side and the middle like this, and then insert your vinyl in under the top guides. Push it in until it gets to the bottom edge of the machine. Once the Cricut Venture detects that it's in, you'll hear the vacuum system whir to life and keep the vinyl in place. Now just lower this lever. This step is really easy to forget when you're first learning, so don't forget to lower the lever. And make sure your blade is in clamp B, which is where it should be if you just unboxed it. It's already there when it comes, right? Then press the load button, which should be flashing right now. It's the button with 2 arrows on it. Once you do that, the material will load into the machine and it'll confirm that you have enough of it, so it'll just make sure there's enough for your cut. And then the middle go button will begin to flash. Press that to begin the cut. And that's it, right? Isn't that cool? So once the cut is complete, it won't take very long on the Venture. It'll be super fast, in fact. Your next step is to trim it from the rest of the vinyl. Take the manual trimmer tool from its pocket in the top left of the machine and place it in the cutoff groove near the bottom of the machine, right here. Make sure the blade side of the tool is against your vinyl, and then slide it along the groove and it'll trim your vinyl in a nice straight line. There's also an auto cutoff tool that you can put into clamp A instead, which will just cut your project off automatically after it finishes cutting. It is so cool. Your cut is now complete. Unload your vinyl by lifting up on the handle and pull the vinyl out, and that's it. You can now weed the unneeded pieces from the design that you just cut, and you have a cool Cricut sticker to put wherever you want. Now let's do a simple project together using a piece of cardstock and a marker so you can see how to use a machine mat and how to draw. I'm going to use one of the big pieces of 24-inch by 28-inch cardstock that Cricut introduced when the Cricut Venture came out, along with the large teal green standard grip machine mat and a black 2.5 millimeter bold and chunky permanent marker. So take the protective plastic cover off the mat, noting that there are 2 sides to the cover. The shiny side is the side that was against the mat, so remember that for later. Now put this cover someplace safe so you can put it back on when you're done. Do not throw the cover away. It's going to be big and awkward. Just do your best. Now carefully position your cardstock on the mat so it is as straight and centered as possible. This will be a little tricky because it is so large, but you can do it. I know it. Use a brayer to adhere it well to your mat. Now we need a design. Let's go to Cricut Design Space and make a little sign. I've already designed it from elements in Cricut Design Space and saved it so you can make it too. You'll find the link to it over at jennifermaker.com/venture. Everything in this design is already set to pen. To confirm, just select a layer and then go to the operation menu at the top and you can see it's on pen. If you make this, feel free to type different text or use different designs. Have fun, make it your own. Now this layer down here at the bottom is set to guide and it matches the large cardstock for sizing. Once everything looks good and all layers are set to pen, select everything on your canvas and then attach everything together. This is very important by clicking Attach. And then make sure the Venture is selected up here at the top and click Make It. Choose On Mat 24 by 28 inches and then click Confirm. Cricut Design Space will recommend that you place your material in the bottom left corner of the mat, but in this case, we're going to use the whole piece of cardstock to draw a sign on it. So we want to click and drag our design to the center of our mat. Then we want to double check that it says Pen over here on the left. You should not see Cut anywhere, only Pen. Since we're not cutting, right? We're just going to be drawing on this piece of cardstock. We could cut, of course, but not for this sign. We're not going to do it for this sign. I just want to show you how to draw. Then click Continue, choose Medium Cardstock, and Cricut Design Space will tell you what to do. It has nice little pictures and everything. So first, you want to make sure your marker is loaded into your Cricut Venture. To do this, you'll need to pop the pen adapter out. The pen adapter comes pre-installed in clamp A. You just want to open the clamp and place 2 fingers underneath to push it up and out. Then take the cap off the marker and insert it tip down into clamp A. I also recommend you put your marker cap back on the end so you don't misplace it. And then close the clamp. Note that the marker does not click into place or anything like that. It just sets right into the clamp. Now raise the lever on the left side and move the pinch roller to position 2. Raise the left and right guides. Make sure the center guide is down. And then press the mat support button so the mat guides swing out, just like this. If you want, you can also add the mat extension guides by snapping them in the back like this, though it is not absolutely necessary for this project. Now insert the mat in from the top. The narrowest side goes in first, right? And once it hits the little guides at the bottom, lower the lever. Now just press the load button and then click the go button once it begins to flash. Now just sit back and marvel as your Cricut Venture draws your sign. It is so fast. I just love watching it draw. When it's done, remove your marker from clamp A and don't forget to put the cap back on it too. To unload the mat, be sure to hold the top of the mat and then lift the lever. The mat will slide right out. Easy peasy. Now just flip the mat over onto your work surface. Peel the mat away from the cardstock. Because it's so large, it may feel awkward at first, but you'll get the hang of it. When you're done, be sure to put the protective plastic cover back onto your machine mat. Be sure to put the shiny side against your mat. If you do it the other way around, it won't hurt anything, but you're going to find it a lot harder to peel it away from your mat when you go to use it again. So remember, shiny side against the adhesive when you put your cover back on. And there we go, a beautiful pen-drawn sign that would grace any space. You could use these in a variety of styles for all of the parties and events you do. Now, earlier I mentioned the cleaning kit that comes with your Venture. Your commercial grade machine does require some regular cleaning, about once every 100 cut hours or so. So not like real hours, but the time that your machine is spent cutting, every 100 cut hours or so. Now there are 3 places that you need to keep clean, and one place is more important than the others, and that's the rail groove right here. Keep an eye on it, and if it starts getting dirty before 100 cut hours, clean it earlier, all right? Also make sure that this roller here and these sensors are clean and don't have any debris on or in them. To clean the top rail, get the microfiber towel from your cleaning kit. It came in your box. Wet it with rubbing alcohol and put it on the rail, and then click this white piece into position on top of it. Then you just move it back and forth along the rail guide to clean it. Then you can take it off and use the same towel on the sensor windows. You use the little brush that came with your Venture to clean the drive rollers here. And Cricut Design Space will tell you what to do every 100 cut hours, so don't worry if you forget. It's going to remind you. That said, if you live somewhere where you're getting more dust or debris, like you have a lot of pets, you will probably want to clean your machine more often. There are so many projects that you can do with the Cricut Venture, and I hope you'll join me for more tutorials on this machine. I have lots and lots of fun things to show you. Remember, if you want to get a Cricut Venture and any of its accessories or materials, just visit jennifermaker.com/venture for links, tutorials, and my discount coupon code that you can use for materials and supplies. Also note that everything in my Cricut Coach Playbook works with the Cricut Venture too. So if you're new or just unfamiliar with how things work in Cricut Design Space, get a copy of the playbook to make your Cricut life easier. You can get a digital copy at CricutCoach.com or pick up a print edition on Amazon. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video and found it useful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm always happy to help. You can also join me and my friends in my awesome Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/CricutCrafters. It's a great place to get help and inspiration and learn more about your new machine. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.